Okay, we're live on IG. So right there, as we hit him with that, how soon were you looking to sell? 6 months, a year, and then go quiet? And then I want them to correct me and say, oh, I wanted to sell yesterday, like that guy from earlier today. Or I want them to say, oh, yeah, probably 6 months to a year. Because, like, either way, I'm going to get the answer I want. It's okay if I'm not getting, like, I don't need to put words in their mouth. I can just wait and see. That's okay.
In October, November, December, 2 months.
Yeah, less than 2 months.
Hopefully next month. By next month, yeah.
By next month.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you said you were you're the only one on title, so you would be making the only decision to sell the property?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And assuming you like our offer and you decide to move forward, what would be the next thing to worry, or excuse me, to figure out, if anything?
Good job on wording that right.
What do you?
So I was asking, I know you said that, your youngest daughter would be willing to let you move in, after if you were to move forward. Is there anything else that you would have to figure out?
No, as I say, she's gonna move with me because to help take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
And our little dog we had 2 dogs, but one just passed about not a year ago, a couple of months ago.
I'm sorry to hear that. What kind of dog was it?
Good job on going for that.
He was a mixed breed, but we have one now left. She's a Yorkie.
She's a Yorkie? Cute little dogs.
Yeah, Yorkie. She's so sweet too. But she's lonely. She is lonely, and tell that. She met with the other dog, because he's a little older.
Mm-hmm.
But they got along good together. It was a he and a she. But she's a she. But no pups, no.
No pups?
No pups, no.
Yeah,
no.
too much responsibility.
Yeah,
Would you guys get her a friend if you guys were to go back?
Naturally, she came from Virginia. She was born
Oh, okay.
in Virginia. And my daughter then that lived there, she bought her. And she was only, I think, not even, well, she was real tiny little thing.
Yeah, these old ladies are hard. But so with her, I would say, okay, great. Because her daughter is involved. Where did you go, Mike? There you are.
Oh, I'm right here.
So if her daughter is involved, I'm automatically going like, okay, no problem. When is your daughter going to be home so we can get her on the phone? And then I wouldn't even, with the older people, if she's like this and she's just passive, she's not the decision maker, and it's not like we're going to try and buy a house from an old lady anyways.
No.
And so we might as well just put off the conversation. Like, okay, when's your daughter going to be home?
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be much easier.
Okay.
Much easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm tired because it would have taken me at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, all right. Let's see if this crazy woman answers the phone. This is the lady. The buyer essentially just said he wants to back out because she lied.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Okay. So with this, the buyer's going to back out unless you are out. right. Well, okay, Mike. Did you have any other calls, Mike?
No, after that, that was the last one.
Okay. Well, what I'll have you do, start calling again, mute yourself,
Okay.
and then I'm going to start these calls. I got to call some buyers.
Okay, sounds good.
Let me call Kalani. Hey, have you called the people in Artemis mode yet?
Yeah, that's who I was calling. What's up?
Have you gotten a hold of them?
Yeah, I got a hold of one person. He's interested. He's actually really interested.
Okay.
And then I had an agent reach out. My phone's going now. I had an agent reach out to us. She said that we are grossly conservative on our ARV.
Really?
Yeah.
The agent said we're grossly conservative?
Yeah, the agent said we're grossly conservative. She said that she has quite a few buyers that are looking at this area. It's a very big hotspot, so she hopes that she can find, or that one of her buyers is acquiring more properties at the moment. So
Right.
she's gonna reach back out to me, and then the other guy that I called, he had an accent. He thought I was saying Emory Avenue instead of Emily Avenue, and he was like, "Oh, Emory, you're way overpriced. I wouldn't do anything over 200 just because you're not going to get anything over 200 for anything that's less than 2,000 square feet." It's like, wait, this is Emily Avenue. Well, he said, unless this was like out in Lakewood, I'd easily give you like 250 for it. And I said, this isn't Lakewood. And he goes, wait, is this Emory or Emily? I said, Emily. He goes, oh yeah, for sure interested.
Okay, sweet. Resimply, you can now call people inside of Resimply. There's a dial pad. So you can go to...
I'm only calling the people that have shown interest in the nearby deals and not like the wholesalers and stuff.
So have you gone into Artemis? That's who you're calling right now is Artemis mode?
Yes, babe, I'm in Artemis mode. Right now I'm calling for a property that was listed for $90K. It was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet. This one was officially in Cleveland, and this one was listed in February.
No, so that's God mode. There's Artemis mode where people actually...
Oh, yes, but right now I'm in God mode right now. Yes, I was in Artemis mode, but I was letting that fill up because I called everyone already.
Who didn't pick up? Because I gotta call people. I'm on the live right now.
Oh, so I already talked to Judy. I called Chris, he didn't answer. I just sent him a text message actually. You know what? If you go into the property inquiries, you see my notes. I, unlike you, am very diligent on my note taking.
But I'm in Artemis mode, so I don't see any notes in
I
here.
know. That's what I just said though. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna transfer it to make your life easier. Since
Okay.
you're gonna jump into.
Okay.
That way you know.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bye.
Give me like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Some random person just tried to co-host. Decline. Okay, guys, so Resimply supposedly has a dialer. I don't know where this dialer is. I don't know if it works. Let me check out this. So now we have a bunch of buyers, and the nice thing with Resimply is now they just made a bunch of new updates. And so there's a dial pad so we can call our buyers right out of Resimply. Supposedly. I've yet to find it, but I'm looking for it. Because that's been our biggest request. No, where is it? Oh, right there. Oh, this is so sexy. Okay. So now inside Simply, we can just put in our phone numbers of the people who are interested. I don't want that one. I want this one. So now we have our Artemis mode people. Spoke to Judy. Now we can call this other guy. And this is all done in Simply now, which, again, Simply is the best. Yeah. 440.
Hi, this is Chris. I can't come to the phone.
I would say it's kind of frustrating that the dial goes down. She said she didn't speak to Dale. So every time we finish calling, the dial pad goes away, which is a little bit frustrating. 318-5121.
Please leave your message for
So someone just asked, have we tried Deal Speed or Investor Base? Any feedback on those? So Investor Base, at the beginning, we didn't use them. Number one, because InvestorLift is our sole sponsor for the challenge, and they're awesome over there. Shout out Liam and Rob. But the biggest thing, since we have a bunch of rural stuff, it was really, we did a demo with them, and we asked them to find buyers in like one of the areas, and no buyers popped up. And Kalani did this. I didn't because she handles Dispo. And so that was a huge issue. From what I've heard great things about Investor Base. Haven't heard anything about Deal Speed. I don't know anybody who really uses Deal Speed. Gene's a good guy, but we use solely InvestorLift to sell our deals. He's got a text. Okay, next buyer. Let's see here. I switched to a PC, and I'd say the hardest part is 330 is not having my screen to be able to go like this, because when I do that on my Mac, it just makes all the screen so I can see it. Hello? Can you hear me, Kevin? You there, Kevin? Kevin? Anybody there? Kevin? I guess there's no Kevin there. We'll try calling him back.
Thank you for calling KMS Paint and Body. Sorry I missed your call. Please leave a brief message, and I'll return your call as soon as...
Nothing. Next one. So we're just calling buyers in Artemis mode right now. We have one more buyer who was like really digging into it, and we had an agent who was like super interested into it. And the next thing we need to do is we need to call a bunch of agents in the area. Two and six.
Please leave your message for 21667.
Somehow Reese simply knows that what the guy's name is, which is kind of crazy. I'd be interested to if that's our computer or if that is someone doing it.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye.
So that's me trying to call this seller. What happened is the seller came in and we got her number. We got everything good. We had one buyer. It's an ovation. And then this week we were supposed to close on Friday. And then it got pushed to Monday. And then it got pushed to Friday again. This Friday. And the seller told us last Wednesday that everything was out of the house. All of her kids were out of the house and she's ready to close. And then our buyer's like, hey, I want to walk through today. I was like, no problem. So the buyer's going to walk through. The buyer's agent sends me a bunch of photos saying, hey, she told me I could take some photos. I sent the seller $500 for moving costs. And she was like, yeah, I need some money to move. I was like, okay, we'll send you $500. And all her shit's in there. And then the buyer said, in this state, since this woman's claiming disability, and she's got like 4 other family members in there with kids, the eviction will not go in his way. It'll drag out. And it's going in wintertime. It's like, it's not even worth it for me to even do this. Because they were pressing because they wanted time to close until Friday. And I was like, hey, the seller says they want to close today. I don't know. This woman doesn't really care. We just got to get this pressed forward. Like, I'm not saying because our buyer was stuck in a hurricane. And I was like, hey, I'm not saying boo-hoo to your buyer, but our seller is a sociopathic cat lady who doesn't really care. And so she's going to want something. And then the seller's agent took it as a negative, and they're irritated with us because they feel like we don't want to get the deal done. But we're just like, hey, if this goes through, it goes through. We want to get it done, but if nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to happen. So that's how that one's going. That one is one of our first novations. We'll see if it goes through. What, babe? I already did. Nobody picked up. And then that's how it's going. For our investor list stuff, I don't ever 261. I don't ever really dive deep into investor lift numbers on Artemis mode unless the person is 100% ready and they're diving in when it's Artemis mode. So we got Shannon 216. Okay. Just had to double check and make sure it wasn't right. Shannon. So we had one agent say, hey, this thing is grossly underpriced. you should get some bites, but we aren't getting any bites. We had another agent say he's super interested. Um, do we have any properties in Illinois? We did have property in Illinois. We just sold off our last little bit of properties in Illinois. Yeah, and I don't think we have anything else because we requested not to have any more. We had a lead coming in Chicago, but it had a bad number, and then we had some other stuff. But I mean, it looks like we've gone through all of our leads. Now we're just gonna hop on here, and we are going to call the rest of our leads that we have. Because we got some good ones. It's just getting them on the phone is tough, dude. Actually, I got a dude right here. A dude in... Where's he at? A guy came in from Bakersfield and he wants to sell a house in... Where is he at? Elmira, New York. I think it's this guy. Not him. Yeah, this guy's... He has to be down in Bakersfield from what I've seen.
Hello?
Hey, Mike, this is Stratton. You reached out... Oh, sorry, Daniel. I was just talking to Mike. You reached out to us about this duplex you said on Davis Street?
Yes.
Awesome. Were you still interested in selling it?
Yes.
Awesome. How much were you looking to walk away with when you sold it?
40,000.
About 40 grand. Any reason in particular for that number as I get it pulled up?
Just because we put a new roof on it, and so just looking to make about $5,000 worth of profit, and then anywhere between 5 and 7 grand worth of profit, and then selling it. Plus, it's a little too far to manage just because I'm here in San Diego and it's in New York, so it's literally across the country. And so we put the work in that we needed to just to essentially make it desirable for some people, and then now we're selling it.
Okay. How long ago did you buy this one?
About a year and a half ago.
Is this what you do? Is you just flip houses?
Usually I don't even flip them. I usually just buy them at auction, and then I just sell them again at a higher price.
Oh, what was the reason you even want to sell this one?
Well, like I said, it's just a little like too far to manage. Like you could put tenants in it, and we had tenants in there, but like when you have tenants that just don't pay or they're non-responsive, like it's tough for me to just hop on a plane and like go across the country when I got stuff to manage here.
Yeah. And are you from Bakersfield?
So I'm moving. No, I'm from Palmdale originally, Palmdale, California.
Okay.
But the area code, it's around the Bakersfield area code, yeah.
Yeah. I'm up in Fresno. That's why I ask.
Okay, yeah.
We're buying a couple houses out in New York right now, though, so that's good. Can I share with you typically how these calls go with our clients?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. So everybody wants to know how our process works, how long the process usually takes, and then how much they'll walk away with at the end of it. Am I missing anything?
No, good.
Awesome. Then obviously, just during the call, in order to find out whether or not we can help you, I'm going to have to ask you a bunch of questions. Some of them may even come across as personal. Is that okay?
No, that's fine. They use, I've done enough of these over the couple of years. I pretty much know how it goes.
So do you just sell to companies like us?
Pretty much, like you, or sometimes I'll get a guy who does like personal, as you go to conferences and stuff, you meet like private owners of different companies and different real estate stuff. So sometimes I just sell directly to them, so I don't have to go through this. But Elmira's a little bit smaller, so I need usually with smaller towns, you need like a company with a bigger network.
Okay, sweet. Only thing I ask, man, is that naturally at the end of it, one or two things will happen. Either we work together or we won't. If we're a good fit, great. If we're not a good fit, I'll let you know. My goal is just to help you reach your goals and help you make some money. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
Awesome. And so it sound are you? So we just sold one, so we have some funds available to buy another one. You're definitely ready to sell this one, right?
Yeah, definitely trying to sell.
Okay. And is it completely vacant?
Yeah, we made sure it was vacant. We changed all the locks and put a lockbox in all the doors.
Okay. How long has it been vacant?
At this point, about a couple months.
When was the last time you were there?
I was there a little over a year ago, but then I had a property management guy that was taking care of my properties in New York at the time.
And then did he kind of drop the ball, or what happened?
Well, we just didn't need. There was no one in the properties, and they were kind of like all secured, and there was just no need for him to manage anything at that point.
Yeah.
So that was unnecessary expense that we were paying for it.
How many over here do you own?
Total, I think we're at 21 now.
All in Elmira, or is it just across upstate?
No, not in Elmira. No, Elmira is the only, like, we only have one, the current one in Elmira. We have some in all over the place. Currently trying to deal with one in Clearwater, Florida, since the hurricane. We're just figuring that out. So it's been a bit of a day.
Oh yeah. What do you do for a living?
I'm a doctor at a hospital here in San Diego.
Oh, nice. My friend lives down there, and he flips houses too. And he says there's tons of medical professionals down there.
Oh yeah, well, there's three main careers. It's military, medical, or engineering in San Diego, and that's why during COVID we weren't really hit that hard because everyone just kind of kept their job.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you specialize in?
I'm a hand specialist.
Okay. Awesome.
So I do a lot of neuro and hand specialty stuff.
That's awesome. When you bought this thing, did you rehab it at all, or you essentially just like, hey, we'll put on a new roof and turn and burn?
Well, I kind of got lucky. So when I looked it up on Zillow, I was like, oh, this is going to be like a bit of a project. But then when I got there, saw the person before me had already done a lot of the rehab work, which was nice. And so I wasn't, that never happened usually. So I kind of got lucky. And then, so I didn't have to do a whole lot other than the new roof. And because I didn't have to do like the full rehab or anything like that, I had extra money left over to do the roof.
Okay, so like you were confident in it being rentable out the gate, essentially.
Well, yeah. So yeah, exactly. Like I originally thought that, like, oh man, like this is gonna be a hot mess, and then the guy before me did a lot of the work for me, so it was great.
Okay. And I mean, how many times did you have to fly out here for this thing?
I flew out there twice. I have family in New Jersey, like about 2.5 hours away, and one of my cousins is an insurance person. He basically judges houses to see if insurance will cover them or what the house needs to do to get up to par in order to be insured. So he was able to tell me exactly what it needed, and he said the only thing it needed was a new roof, just to ensure essentially that like you'll be fine. There's not going to be any issues with that. So that's the big reason why we moved the roof.
Huh. Okay. And when you did have it rented out, what was it rented out for?
So the larger unit, the one that is 3 bedroom and 2 baths, we were renting out for about $1,200, and then the other one we were renting out for the 1 bedroom, 1 bath. We were renting out for about $900.
Do you think that's below or at market rents?
I think we could have gone maybe $100 higher, but at that point, I feel like that would have been a little high. So we were kind of in the average market. In the area, the newer homes that were like essentially full rehab, like everything in there was brand new. Those were going a little bit higher, but we tried to keep it average. And yeah, we're just kind of going. We're
we're trying to just find that sweet spot.
And what's the reason you didn't just list it with a realtor?
Well, like, so I've done realtors before, and usually it takes a lot longer, and it's, to me, it's more of a hassle in my experience. I'd rather just sell off market to someone who can just send me the paperwork, and then I can sign it, and then the deal is done within a couple weeks. With the realtor, in my experience, it's taken like sometimes almost 30 days to close, so like a little over 30 days. So in my experience, I personally prefer just to do off-market deals a little bit faster.
Okay. And I mean, yeah.
A little bit more work sometimes, but like it ends up being worth it. And like a realtor is gonna tell me like, hey, I think your home can go for this price, and I'm gonna be like, well, like I respectfully disagree. And so
Yeah. How long have you considered selling this one?
I knew eventually I want to sell. I just kind of didn't know when. But now that I'm moving a large portion of my portfolio to the West Coast, or like well, West Coast as in like Arizona, California, Nevada areas, like I just have no urge to manage or do anything long distance like that. And so I'm selling off actually a portion of my stuff, and then going to try to buy apartment complexes and kind of level up in that manner.
Well, if you're buying on the West Coast, I know we're selling a storage facility in Nevada.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How much?
We're
Where at specifically?
in Carlin, Nevada, just outside of Elko.
Okay, I'm actually going to be up there the 9th through the 12th. And so I'm definitely interested in checking it out.
Yeah, we put it up a couple weeks ago. We're getting some offers. I think it's up at $850,
Okay.
and it's like turnkey. It's been great for us, but we're gonna trade it into another one.
Okay, yeah. Would you be able to send me the address so I can take a look at it?
Yes, I will do that after our call.
Yeah.
I mean, so what was the straw that broke the camel's back that had you decide to reach out to us and start selling off your portfolio and moving it over here?
Well, if I'm being honest, like I had a guy who was willing to buy it, and then a tree fell on his trailer and his part of his house. And so Ray, like 2 days before we were about to close, like it went sideways. He was like, "Oh, I can't pay for it. I can't buy the house anymore." I'm like, understandably, like the tree just destroyed your trailer.
Yeah.
And that was like $150,000 trailer. So I was like, even if it's insured, you're still gonna come out of pocket a little bit probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was that, and then like, I was just looking. I was actually just scrolling at night, just seeing like, oh, let's see if there's anyone who would be interested. So I actually put my information to 3 different companies just to see kind of like what they would offer me if anyone had any good deals. And so I was like, you know what? It goes back to the market portion as well. Like these people probably have larger companies usually have a bigger like market in terms of who they're working with or who's interested. And so plus the guy that I was going to sell it to, he was in the area, but it took a while for me to find him. So I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like going through that whole rabbit hole trying to find someone in the area. I'll just like go with a bigger company and just go that route.
What did the other companies say?
So, in terms of like price or
Like, were they interested? I know a lot of people don't like to do stuff in New York.
No. Yeah, no, they were interested for sure. He was offering 55, and then I told him I was okay with that, and so because obviously like that was way more than I was originally going to ask for. And originally I was going to ask for 40, but he offered 55. So I said, okay. But I'm okay with 40 just because I know if I lower the price, I can sell it faster. And so.
What's the reason you didn't take the 55?
Well, he pulled out because a tree fell on him.
Oh, that's the guy. But I was talking about the other companies that you reached out to. What did they say?
Well, actually, one of them sent me an email today with paperwork, and I haven't signed it yet because I wanted to talk to everyone and see what they could offer. And so tomorrow I was going to make my decision in terms of like who I need to go with.
Okay, and if we're all pretty much around the same number, what's going to be the deciding factor on that?
Who can get it done the fastest?
Okay. And so one guy sent over the paperwork, and then you just told him like, "Hey, I'm going to hold off until I can talk to the other guy."
Well, yeah, I told him pretty much I was going to wait till Thursday. I was like, Thursday morning, like early Thursday morning, I'll send out the paperwork if it's what we like, and then if it's not, I'll just let them know like, hey, like we went in a different direction.
And is this what you've done for every property you sold? You just sell them cash like this?
Yeah, it's easier, and I don't need a real estate license to do it, so it saves some time.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong. I can't believe that guy came in and offered you 10 more grand than what you asked for. That's wild.
Well, I didn't tell him originally. He offered. He's like, I can do 55 for you. I said, okay. Like I wasn't gonna tell him that. Like I was only gonna go for 40. So it was actually, but it didn't end up happening. So.
And how big is this one square footage wise?
I think it's 20. I want to say 25, 27. I'd have to look at the numbers again. I'm driving right now, so I don't have the my laptop. But I think it's around 25, 27.
Around 25, 27. Man, these things
I
are...
have to look it up on PropTrend.
These things are all over the place up here, huh? As far as prices?
Yeah, it's weird. So when I went up there, there were like a good handful of ones that were being like refurbished and redone, which is typically a good sign. Like that's like, okay, the area is like growing and building in the right direction. But then like if you go like 3 blocks down, like the properties were like hit or miss, and like some of them were nice, like randomly. Some of them were like not nice. It just depends on who's living in there, I guess.
I mean, honestly, what would it take for you to make a decision today and be happy with it?
40,000.
If we gave you 40,000, you'd sign paperwork today?
I'd sign it right. Well, I'd pull over maybe and I'd sign it right now.
Well, let me see if I can get approval for that, but if I can,
Yeah.
and you'd sign it today, and I tell my boss that you'd want to sign it today, I'm sure he'd
I
be...
can send you photos of the inside. There were photos from when the tenants were there, but I can still, nonetheless, I can send you photos. I have a few photos of after they left, but yeah, I can send you photos if that's helpful.
Yeah. Can you pull over and send me photos just so I can get approval?
Yeah, you want me to send it to the number you called me on?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
And so you got 2 units. The roof is new. It's rent ready. Did the tenants beat it up at all?
So in the 3-bedroom, 2-bath one, that one's rent ready pretty much. I would say like maybe like go to Home Depot and just get like a carpet cleaner. I always try to tell people to do that, and then maybe mop the floors. But then in the 1-bedroom, 1-bath, it's a little outdated. I'd say like they didn't update the 1-bedroom, 1-bath, so it's a lot older looking than the 3-bedroom. So you can rent that one out. It just doesn't look as updated as the 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
And is there anyone else you'd want to talk to before you decided to sell this? Partner or wife or anything?
No, I'm the sole owner. Like my wife, I tell her everything, but she just kind of puts me in charge of that stuff. And she's like, all right, have at it.
Okay. And, I mean, let's assume you like our offer and you decide to move forward. What would be the next thing you'd have to figure out, if anything?
Well, in terms of like closing dates or
No.
closing costs or anything like that?
No, I mean, we cover closing costs, so I'm not worried about that.
No, I would just give you guys the code to the lockbox and it'd be yours.
Okay.
And then obviously like I would suggest maybe like a wire transfer for money because I don't think. And I might have to wait till tomorrow because I think banks are closed at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we'd want to do go through a title company and an attorney.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can get the wire info and everything else. Yeah, when are you gonna be able to pull over and send me those photos?
Give me 15 minutes.
Yeah, give me send them over in 15 minutes, and I'll give you a call within 5 minutes of getting them.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I'll send those over right away.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you, Daniel. Drive safe.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Bye. So that one, there is, I don't know, I'm kind of freaked out because, I mean, shit, there's one that sold for 120. That's 2,400 square feet. That's like just okay. It's like white. There's another one that sold for 117. That's 2,300 square feet. So we're golden unless these photos are fucking trash. And then another one that sold at 135, and he only wants 40. And so we should be able to find a buyer for this bitch at like 80 cash. If duplexes are selling at 50, and duplexes are selling at 60 to 70, and we're selling ours at 40, that's a home run for us. Let's go. And so I'll wait for those photos. It makes sense. Are you the highest tier of investor list? Is there any good if you get lower tiers? I don't do enough deals yet for the higher tiers. Mike, if you're still on here, leave me a comment, bro. I would love to hear about what you have going on, so that way I could give you the best advice possible. If you are doing nationwide stuff, yes. And if you just have an option to send it out, and it's like I swear by Investor Lift, and then my friends who use it are like, bro, we can't do anything without it. If you're local, maybe not as much, just because like you can get a pretty solid buyers list if you're in a second tier market. Like Fresno is a second tier market. We can't meet all of the buyer. We've met all of the buyers essentially. I know everybody who's buying stuff. I can send it out. And that makes it pretty easy to where I don't really use it in Fresno, but in all the surrounding areas of Fresno, 100%. We used it to sell a deal in a town of like 5,000 people. And that closed today, and it was a no-brainer. So that, depending on what you do, how many deals you're doing, what your business model is, I tell you, more than likely it makes sense to do it, bro. And Mike, don't worry about saying something. You didn't mess up my call at all, dude. You want to call Mike? Okay. Check out Mike's call.
Out of it, or they're taking cost out of the price. So I'm just wondering what number do you, where are you sitting at?
Well,
do you have a loan that you have to pay off? Is that why
Yeah,
it's so high?
I got a home equity loan,
What's your balance?
110,000.
Okay.
I got to pay it off. And
Anything else?
it'd be 45,000. Plus I pay the closing costs.
All right. We'll continue to listen to that. But Mike, if you're in mostly 40, do 1 to 2 deals a month, bro, yes, Investor Lift is, because you'll be able to pull more out of what you're doing. And I'd tell you to implement like an attorney in fact and novations as well, where you can. And that 100% is the way to get it done. Like 100%. But if you're doing 1 to 2 deals a month, it's what's going to take you to the next level, because it can get you in front of some extra people to get you that margin to scale. So let's say like, oh man, it's a really big investment. I have to spend whatever $3 grand a month, so it's like whatever. Our plan is like 36 grand a year. We were just like, hey, let me see what I can get going. I go with the tier below that, and it gets me in front of X amount more buyers. Just being able to get in front of more buyers, create more of a bidding war, is going to 100% increase your overall assignment fees, right? Because you have like, okay, our regular buyers list, we have investor lift, and then an investor lift should build our regular buyers list, but then investor lift is always bringing in new buyers. Then we have like the MLS. So if we can put it on the MLS, we put it on the MLS, and then we have everything else below that. But in my opinion, Mike, you should for sure get it. Go to getinvestorlift.com. That is my link, and let them know I sent you. At least explore it, because I know they have like monthly plans, and you don't have to be at like the 36 grand one, but it makes sense for most people. All right, let's see how Mike's call's going.
Not too negotiable. He's worth that much. It could be an investment property. I put a $60 kitchen 3 years ago. A new kitchen, new flooring.
Yeah. No, 245. You know, I'm just gonna be honest with you, James. It's a little too high. You know, there's houses that are selling as is, you know, in similar condition for around 200. You know, a little bit less. Looks like I'm looking at 165 here on Biggs Road. It's not too far from there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's the reason you want 225 and you think it's worth more than all the
No.
other properties?
What's the reason that you think you want 225 versus the rest of the properties? You know, with those.
That's what he think it's worth. Plus, it's one of the oldest houses in the Grange. There's about 3,000 people in the Grange, 2,500, 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the fourth oldest house in the Grange. In natural condition. Nice
Yes.
condition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're brand new builds.
builds.
Fixed
Fixed
up
up
at,
at
let's see, the most I'm seeing is 268.
Yeah. But they don't have rental income. This could, you could live in the bottom or rent out the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let me see. So I have all this information here, James.
I appreciate you taking your time with me. I know you have agreements going on with the realtor, so if anything changes within the month, if they're still not making any movement on it, I will reach back out to you. And we'll see what we can do here.
All right, very good, thank you.
Awesome, brother. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Did you get the price too late, Mike?
A little bit. He told me kind of what he was expecting because he had the agreement with his realtor. But I was showing it on Zillow, and it doesn't even show that it's listed. He said that it's been a month, and the guy still hasn't even come up to take pictures. Because I guess what he told me is that they have a situation to where the realtor is going to do the work, list it, sell it, and then he's going to get a portion out of that. So I'm assuming it's an ovation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's what he has because I talked to him to see what it was. He said that the realtor hasn't come out to take in pictures. It's been a month. He moved out Sunday. I wanted to see if he had a copy of his agreement. He didn't have a copy of his agreement.
He moves out Sunday?
Yeah, he moved out this Sunday. So on the 28th.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what I told him. I told him straight. I just was straight with him. I was like, well, honestly, James, if it's been a month and the guy hasn't even taken out pictures yet, you know, that's what I'm worried about. And then I asked him how long it's been. Well, you know, how that has been hurting him. You know, said it's been hurting him because he's older. He lives with his granddaughter, and he has to walk his granddaughter down the street. He said that's not in the snow, or I think he said like rainy or snowy seasons. That's not gonna be good for him at his age. It is a 2 stairs. Learned from the last call. I said, I'm sure that's probably a hassle. It's probably something to deal with. He had a stroke. I spoke with him on that to see how he's been recovering. As far as his motivation to sell, he just wanted to get out of the rental business. He didn't plan to be in it. What else? I guess the realtor did some work upstairs.
I would tell him, if he already moved out, I mean, what you should keep doing, Mike, is just keep following up with him, dude. Because if that's supposed to close and like no one's came over and even taken photos of it, bro, that person's not closing.
Yeah. What do you think? Like every other day?
Yeah, I would be like, hey, based off of our experience, whenever we hear about this and it's been a month since someone's reached out to you, homeboy isn't closing. Like whatever verbiage you want to use that's professional. I'd be like, can I just be honest with you, sir? I've seen situations like this before, and the homeowner always ends up getting hurt because that other person isn't going to get this closed for you.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you're not sitting on this losing a bunch of money every month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then go into like, well, I mean, how negotiable would you be on this price? I'd get that other guy on the phone. Because if you just moved out and like nothing's happening, what's to say that he's even like anything's even going to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd tell him that just as like a human. To be like, hey, bro, you got to get on your pony regardless, or else you're going to lose this house.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to call this guy back. Hey, Daniel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you own this property in an LLC or in your full name?
In my personal name.
And just Daniel Allison?
Yes.
Okay. So I had a chance to talk it over with the partners. I got the go-ahead on a few conditions, and it's if you can sign today, and then give us a review afterwards when it's all said and done, they're good to go at the 40.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Send over the paperwork, and once I get home, I can sign it.
Okay, and when you're gonna be home?
In like 15 minutes.
Okay, I'll just call you in 15 minutes. I'll go over the paperwork with you real quick. There's like 9 points, and I'll just give you the gist of it right now. We pay all the closing costs. We charge ourselves a $749 transaction fee. Taxes are prorated. All of our agreements say closing is to happen as soon as possible, but no later than 60 days. As long as there's no title issues, we always go for 30 days. It's being sold as is. As far as closing, where it'll be held at, our title company will reach out to you tomorrow, and our transaction coordination company will reach out to you tomorrow. We buy a couple different houses. We buy like 30 houses a month, so we don't want to bog down one title company. So we kind of try and split it out. Number 6, and hopefully nothing happens, but this is contingent upon a final walkthrough inspection. The biggest thing with that, we've gone to sell properties before and something's happened the day before closing. We're not buying it if it like lights on fire. I've had a house that I was selling personally that lit on fire the day before closing, down in Bakersfield actually. And so we just want to, yeah. I mean, but it's Baker. It was an oil dell. Like what are you gonna expect? And then you just agree to grant us access. It sounds like there's already a lockbox on there, so we're good there. And then as far as you know, there's no liens or anything else, correct?
No liens.
Okay, awesome. Give me a call back when you're at your house. We'll go over it real quick, and we'll get this thing signed.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Let's go, baby. I don't have a bell.
I should have muted you, bro.
No, I have my myself muted, but I was like, nah, I couldn't hold it back.
All right.
But I appreciate you not muting, because then I could understand of how it's like to give it confidently, going over it.
That
saying
one
that-
wasn't our stereotypical offer script, and Kalani's in the base. Kalani's downstairs saying that's not what it is at all.
She's right, bro.
But because like it didn't
I
follow our
definitely
offer
did
script at all.
Oh yeah.
But for me, I was like, okay, I didn't need to rephrase anything, because he was like, I want 40, stuff selling at 120. I didn't really. If 40 is a deal, I've tried to go lower, and when you're in like a bidding war, I just want to lock this up, get it off the market, and then we can make our money. Because we have it at 40, but we can sell this thing. It looks really nice. We can sell this thing at 60 to 80, no problem. And so that's what I want to do. And so I didn't go through like our whole offer script. I didn't see the need for it. For you, I would tell you until you get that good, but stick with the script, with the offer script, go anchor them, handle everything else that way. I didn't set the best example, but with this guy, I wasn't going to give him two options. I think, Myra, it's a small town, but we could find an agent to bring in a buyer on this, in my opinion.
Okay. And the offer script is just a follow-up, right? So I would use this one to speak with James.
No, the offer script is when we're giving someone an offer.
Okay, yeah. But when you make the offer, I mean, is that like the second call, initial call?
Yeah, when you're making an offer, that's the second call, or when you pull them off a hold.
Okay.
And
So I wouldn't even need the introduction. I would just say, all right, so I met with the team. I went over everything we talked about.
And in all reality, I fucked up because I shouldn't have let him off the phone. I should have had him pull over.
Yeah.
And I should have like, okay, let's go over this agreement real quick. RJ Bates will just like send like documents to people. I've tried that 3 different times to see where we're at, and I've yet to get one of those motherfuckers back.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't ever send over the agreement until we're good to go.
Go over them. Yeah.
Because even if I get the commitment from him, they're like, hey, you're good to go here, we still want to get some more commitment from him.
100%.
All right, what did Mike say?
Mike, I'm suggesting not editing. My fault.
No, you're good. No, it's a different person. Thanks. I'll have to look into it. And Restlift, can you fill me on? I'm newer to this channel. What is the challenge you mentioned? We're doing a 0 to a million challenge in 6 months. We've been getting our ass kicked, but it's been good.
Excuse me, bro. Use the restroom real quick.
No problem, buddy. So what we've been doing, we've been streaming different sales calls like this, different buyer calls, whatever it is. So that way we can show you what it looks like to actually run it. We've been grading Mike, our new sales reps calls on this call. And these are just things I've been doing over the last hour. And you can see like there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time. Like I'm sending text messages to Kalani. We're sending out investor lift blast right now about an apartment complex that we're selling. Like there's a bunch of stuff going on, which is fine. But yeah, that's what it's all about. And then I'm talking to this buyer.
Okay, hello?
I'm still here, bro.
Real quick, bro, I know it's going to be 8 o'clock in Florida, so I just don't know if I should run that.
So pull up time zone map. Just pull up a time zone map and see what's in Central Standard Time, what states, and then just start calling through those states.
Okay. Central, I see it. Should I, as far as the one for Mary Farida over there in Florida, I forgot the property I'll look up right now. Should I just wait for that one until tomorrow?
Which one?
The one in Florida with Rita with the older lady? That 40-minute call?
Yeah, wait for that. Wait for tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that then. You said Central Standard Time?
Yeah, Central Standard Time. Right now, it is 7 o'clock.
Yeah. And I think EST just hang it up.
Yeah, I would just go into the dead leads section
Yeah.
in Resimply and get out of the dialer, and you're just gonna have to click to call.
Okay.
Is what I start to do.
Okay. Make sure to do that.
Yeah, and Mike said, yeah, the other Mike who's watching this YouTube channel, it's 803. But Michael, I don't know how to pronounce Ilhart. If you have any deals you need help selling, we do have Investor Lift. We can help you sell them. If you need help locking up deals, send me a message on Instagram, StratDaddy on Instagram with 2 Y's. We'll help you out, bro. But I'm going to finish this live. We got some more calls to make, and I'll talk to you guys soon.